Mobile apps are the most popular thing today, right? You have an application for anything that you have to do on the internet. Now, gone are the days where we compulsorily needed a computer or a laptop to do a lot of these things. Now, the world of mobile app development in itself is absolutely fantastic. It is backed by some of the most amazing frameworks out there, which are used to create highly customizable, efficient, and beautiful looking apps at the same time. But then, hey, there are so many mobile app frameworks out there. Which one of these is the best in the year 2021? Well, to answer this, we here at Great Learning have come up with this video discussing about the top 10 mobile application frameworks that you guys should definitely check out in the year 2021. So without further ado, let's begin.
Before we get started, I want to introduce you to Great Learning Academy. This is a free initiative by Great Learning where you can have access to over 200 plus courses with 1000 plus hours of free content on all of the trending high demand domains absolutely free. Register now to complete the course and get your free certificate of completion as well. Check out the link in the description box of the video below for more details. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This is done to make sure you do not miss out on any of the new updates or video releases from Great Learning. And of course, guys, if you enjoy this video, show us some love and do like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, right? So make sure you share this video with your friends, colleagues, and everyone who can make use of it. And at the end of it, make sure to comment on the video if you have any queries or any suggestions, and I'll be more than happy to respond to all of your comments.
So on the number 10 spot to begin with this list, we have Adobe PhoneGap. Now Adobe PhoneGap is a very popular open source framework. It has had a lot of implementation. It has had a lot of thought into being the framework itself that it is, thankful for all the developers out there. Now Adobe actually went on to purchase PhoneGap in the year 2011, and since then it has definitely seen an uptrend, right? So this is a fantastic framework which will help you build cross-platform applications by making use of HTML, by making use of CSS, and of course JavaScript as well. The main advantage, the main highlight of Adobe PhoneGap in my opinion is that there are no hardware dependencies throughout the code. So a code that works for one mobile on one operating system should also work for the other one as well. So there is no native dependency that ties it down, that ties the code down right to the hardware, right? That's a very important point here. And of course, it has a very huge plugin library and it supports multiple third-party tools out there. Now, this again is a very important point to note, and of course, with this, it definitely deserves a spot on our top 10 mobile app frameworks, right? So guys, with this we come to number 9. Number 9 is jQuery Mobile. Now jQuery Mobile is a very popular framework whenever it comes to anything in the terms of web application development or mobile application development, right? So for all of you guys who might not know this, jQuery is actually a framework that is based completely on HTML5. It is very lightweight in nature, which ensures that at the end of the day, whenever you're operating with it, whenever you're writing the code using this framework, that you're very efficient at what you do, and the throughput that it portrays is very efficient as well, right? Now, whenever we look on towards an application to use as an end user, we look out for a lot of apps which look great, right? It drives a good user experience. Now, again, with jQuery Mobile, you have a lot of provisions whenever it comes to using a lot of themes, using a lot of UI-based services as well. So this, again, at the end of the day, has a direct impact of how good the application will look, and jQuery Mobile is doing everything in its power to make sure it looks brilliant, right? Of course, the one advantage of jQuery Mobile that I have to highlight here is that it works really well. It is compatible with other frameworks like Adobe PhoneGap that we just discussed on the number 10 spot, right? So jQuery Mobile, all in all, is an amazing framework and it definitely deserves a spot on this list. Now, coming on to number 8. At the 8th spot, we have Mobile Angular UI. Now, Mobile Angular UI is a very versatile framework which brings together the best of Angular and the best of Bootstrap as well. So, at the end of the day, if your requirement is to create a feature-rich application, I would highly suggest you look towards Mobile Angular UI, right? It has multiple interactive components which add a lot of power when it comes to building an application from the ground up. So if you have another requirement, again, this is why I believe Angular UI is very popular, right? So if you have a web application that you're trying to convert it into a mobile app, well, mobile Angular UI is a brilliant tool to be using for that. And of course, there's a huge advantage here is that there is no direct dependencies with jQuery itself, which helps with this easy transition from taking it into a mobile app where it started out to be a web app as well, right? So this definitely is a fantastic framework for you guys to explore, in my opinion. Right. Coming on to the number 7. On the 7th spot, we have the Corona SDK. Well, guys, Corona, I'm sure you've heard about it a lot in the previous year and, of course, going this year as well. Again, I hope all of you guys are keeping safe from the other Corona, right? Anyway, coming back to this Corona, right? Now, this Corona is a software development toolkit. It's a very brilliantly put together framework, and it is considered to be one of the most quickest mobile development frameworks out there today itself. Well, I myself have had a chance to use Corona SDK to a good extent, a couple of years back, and it was fantastic. It is powered by one of these languages called as Lua. Lua is very lightweight in nature. The syntax of it is amazing, and at the end of the day, your entire experience of putting out a product is brilliant, guys. And of course, whenever we're talking about the Corona SDK, one important thing to highlight is that it comes with a very big community, an open source community. So if there is anything that you require help with anytime during any of these frameworks, right, especially in the case of Corona, where I've had chances to take pauses and look at my errors and get them fixed and all of that, there were a lot of people in the community who are willing to help. That's a brilliant thing, and that's a very important requirement in today's world of mobile app development, right? So that's Corona. Right. On number 6, we have Ionic. Ionic is a really trendy mobile app development framework that we have today. It works on multiple platforms. And again, you can build applications using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Again, it's all cross-compatible. The advantage of Ionic that makes it deserves a spot here is definitely that they provide an in-house CLI. A CLI stands for a command line interface. And if you're a person who has been into mobile app development, you will know that that's a very, very important requirement, right? Of course. The other thing is that it provides complete platform independency, and it also gives you this kind of a feature where you can, use multiple UI related components together to just blend them, see how they fit together. And if that is what your requirement is, to have a very nice, beautiful looking UI, you can do that very easily without having to put much amount of effort with Ionic, guys. Right. Now, coming to number 5, we are halfway through the list, and in the 5th position, we have Framework 7. Now, Framework 7 is a very, very powerful mobile application framework out there. It gets a lot of support from Vue.js and all the components from React as well, guys. So it packs a punch. Now, one important thing that you have to know about Framework 7 is that whenever it comes to making use of widgets, and whenever you have to place UI elements to see if they work together and if they drive the functionality as much as the aesthetics, I think Framework 7 is a tool that you guys definitely should be exploring about. An advantage of Framework 7, which caught my eye, all those days back, is that it works really, really well with any other JavaScript framework. Now, this is immensely powerful in the right hands of the right developer. So, and knowing that it can easily integrate with other JavaScript frameworks is the reason why Framework 7 deserves the number 5 spot on this list, in my opinion. And of course, at the end of the day, it ensures that whenever you're writing code, maintainability of this code is always kept to a good high. Right. Coming on to number 4. On the 4th spot, we have Appcelerator Titanium. Now, it might seem like a mouthful, Appcelerator Titanium, right? It's a beautiful, framework to use. It has an incredible amount. It has 5,000 plus APIs when it comes to working with Windows, iOS, and Android. And that itself blew my mind, whenever we went to go on to explore what Appcelerator Titanium was all about. The best part is that it supports 90% of code reusability whenever you're working with any sort of JavaScript. And at the end of the day, when you're building mobile apps, JavaScript usually takes a center stage, right? So reusability in this adds immense amount of power to the developer itself and to the efficiency of the application too, right? So whenever we're talking about Appcelerator Titanium, right, one important thing that you have to know is that if your requirement states, hey, I want a feature-rich app where I'm using multiple UI components, then I definitely think you should begin with Appcelerator itself. That's how good it is. Because an unseen advantage that you wouldn't know unless you get started with the framework is API management, and it is made really, really easy in the case with Titanium. So it adds a lot of value to create an amazing application with Appcelerator Appcelerator Titanium. And if you guys are curious about a top app that's built using Titanium, well, the MIT app, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology app, a very, very popular application that's built entirely using the Titanium SDK. How cool is that, right? Perfect. Coming on to the third spot, now things pick up a lot, guys. On number 3, we have Xamarin. Now, Xamarin is a very, very popular framework which is based completely on the .NET architecture. This framework was largely acquired by Microsoft in the year 2016, and it packs a punch, guys. First of all, it's an amazingly powerful framework to use. The second thing is it has over 1.5 million developers, so it brings a huge community. Whenever you're stuck with anything, whenever you're looking forward for the tool development itself, right? Well, Xamarin definitely seems to be in a good spot for that. Right. The advantage, the key highlight of Xamarin for me is that it'll efficiently help you build multiple applications, of course, over multiple different platforms seamlessly without you having to break your head with code or to do a lot of back and forth with multiple platforms. That's a huge advantage if you are a person who's catering an application to be, workable across multiple platforms, right? And of course, whenever we're talking about Xamarin, it's worth to mention that it provides easy to use API features, and integrating an API with an already existing product or a product that you just created from scratch is definitely a challenge at hand. But with Xamarin, it's made very, very easy. So that is again a very important noteworthy point which gives Xamarin the third place on our list, right? Coming on to number 2. Number 2, we have Flutter. Now, Flutter is fantastic. It is developed by the people at Google. With this, you can build mobile applications, web applications, desktop applications as well. It uses a same code base whenever you are having to write code, be it for Android or be it for iOS. How cool is that? That just makes your job so much more efficient, so much more nicer, that you can cater to 2 different platforms with the same code base, right? And one advantage which is hugely powerful in the terms of Flutter is that it provides multiple widgets and UI related components, which not only helps with you putting out your app in a quick manner, but also this flexible user interface of Flutter itself ensures that at the end of the day, if you are a person who's looking towards putting up a prototype really quick of a product, well, for rapid prototyping, it almost seems like Flutter was built for this purpose. It's a very powerful thing to say. And of course, having a user interface which helps in rapid prototyping is the need of the hour in today's mobile app frameworks, right? Perfect. This is Flutter from the people at Google. Moving on to number 1, the first spot on our list, the top spot on our list of top 10 mobile application frameworks, we have React Native. Now, React Native is a brainchild by all the developers that are sitting at Facebook. Whenever you take a look at the trends, whenever you take a look at popularity, whenever you take a look at constant implementation across the globe, there is no other name that comes up as much as React Native, right? So this is one of the most preferred choice for mobile app developers in the last 3-4 years at least. Right. It provides an important feature is that in terms of hot deployment, right? So as soon as you have a product, as soon as you have a code which is ready, which is functioning well, and you're looking for testability and rapid deployment, at the end of the day, a click of a mouse, 3 or 4 clicks of the mouse will take you right from testability results all the way to deploying them, right? So how amazing is this? The other thing that definitely deserves a mention here is that it works beautifully well with other third-party plugins and other tools. So knowing that you have this kind of a stretch, knowing that you have the ability to completely bring in other tools, to bring in other plugins, and to make full use out of it, well, it doesn't get any better, other than React Native, ladies and gentlemen. And one thing which is noteworthy here, a highlight of React Native itself is that whenever you're writing code, especially if it's a very complex mobile application, things can get a little iffy in terms of maintainability, right? But React Native has been coded, has been beautifully put out in a way where it ensures that you have amazing organization when it comes to all the code that you have written. And this, among other numerous reasons, are why React Native is definitely considered to be the number 1 mobile development framework out there right now. So guys, what do you think about this list? Do you think that there was any other framework that we missed? Or of course, do you think that any other framework in your opinion deserved the number 1 spot as well? Head to the comment section and do let us know. And of course, guys, make sure you guys are checking out Great Learning Academy. Great Learning Academy is an amazing place to be. We have 200 plus courses where you can enroll for free, learn for free, and of course you can get a certificate of completion absolutely free of cost as well. And with that note, make sure you're subscribing to the Great Learning YouTube channel to see more important videos like this. It adds a lot of value to know what framework or whatever it is that we're going to discuss that's going to be top in that particular year, right? So to align your learning towards something that is trending is going to be very important for you. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Great Learning YouTube channel, hit that bell icon so that you're notified whenever we put out this video. All right, guys, on that note, make sure you all stay safe from the ongoing pandemic, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
I want to introduce you to Great Learning Academy. This is a free initiative by Great Learning where you can have access to over 200 plus courses with 1000 plus hours of free content on all of the trending high demand domains absolutely free. Register now to complete the course and get your free certificate of completion as well. Check out the link in the description box of the video below for more details. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This is done to make sure you do not miss out on any of the new updates or video releases from Great Learning. And of course, guys, if you enjoy this video, show us some love and do like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, right? So make sure you share this video with your friends, colleague, and everyone who can make use of it. And at the end of it, make sure to comment on the video if you have any queries or any suggestions, and I'll be more than happy to respond to all of your comments.